What is good? What is poppin', everybody? My name is Uncle C.
My name is Notion.
Welcome to Bad Habits, episode 108. We in the building. We might have Dan joining us in a little bit. We'll see. We had to get started. He is in, what's the word? Incapacitated? No.
It's in host mode.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. But right now, well, that was expressive.
Man's constipated. That's all we'll go with. He's constipated. Right. He can't join us just yet. You snap him a log off.
Just a big fat log. What are you drinking this evening? We always forget to talk about that these days.
Fucking beer, mate. Just fucking bloody beer.
Beautiful. I like that. Simple. I got the Quattro Ginger and Lime. It's 2 and 2, 1 to 1. So 2 milligrams THC, 2 CBD. We shall see.
Pussy that.
Get that dog up here. What's going on?
Mate, not much. It's fucking rainy cunts shit. It's fucking dick balls weather. So I've just been making boots.
Nice. Yeah, that's good.
Making beats. Fucking researching sync companies. I've been posting videos on my Instagram videos on TikTok because I couldn't be fucked. Just making beats, mate. Just boot. Yeah,
I like that.
Fucking around with new plugins. Mastering a new mixtape for artist out in BC and
a whole tape.
Yeah, just in the studio. Yeah, the first song just got sent to me for mastering, and I'm just doing the mastering for a 10-song mixtape by Trilogy.
That's right.
She's from Belleville, Ontario, represent. But she lives out in BC. So yeah, she's just doing her thing, and I'm mastering that. So I've been busy in the lab, mate.
Very cool.
Which Love is where it. I like to be.
Beats updates for people. Might as well do that right now. What's the
fuck. Notionbeats.com. There's a folder called Notion Beats because there's multiple folders on that lovely website. So yeah, there's new shit there. All the new ones are at the bottom. I've been making beats this whole week, and I need to upload those, but I'll probably do them tomorrow because tomorrow is Monday, or today's Monday if you're listening right now live or whatever. Anyway, yeah, it's all happening. I'm just gonna fucking keep updating the beats and making sure cunts know what's going on.
Love it. Did you think more about? I think last episode we suggested that you put, like, you just do a folder that's 2023. You make a fresh one as of January 1st, and then just basically do it every year.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was going to organize tomorrow. I'm just going to organize the structure of it because, it's a little messy and some cunts have been finding it hard to find it. But, so Bandcamp's a bit of a shit because it just doesn't want to organize things in order, even though I put it in order. It just doesn't want to do it. So I might have to delete it all and start again. It's quite tedious. It's quite the cunt, as we say.
What you could probably do is make a 2022 folder and re-upload the beats that you'd want to put in that, like say the best ones from this year in that one, and then leave this existing folder and name it 2021 and earlier. Then you have a 2022 with the best up to the end of the year, and then you can start fresh next year with new ones, and that should put them at the very front because you put the release date and.
Yeah, because it's a new folder. Because when I change the dates of the existing ones, it doesn't go into the order it should be. So it's being absolute ENS.
So I think that would be the best way then, if you make that 2022.
I've got some administrational days tomorrow, so a big cup of tea, and I'll fucking get it done, mate.
Love to see it. Love it. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
For those who didn't check it out yet, Relentless Deluxe is out as well. It's it dropped last. Hang on, what was it? Friday the 18th, so I guess a week ago. Nice little response so far. I feel like deluxe albums obviously is the same shit plus some bonus songs. So it's
but people have been contacting me, or have one person be like, "Yo, I seen it. Cee's album came out." I'm like, "Yeah, the deluxe, eh?" They're like, "Oh, the deluxe?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like it's already been. Cunts didn't know, and they saw I got next for the first time, and I was like, "Say word."
There was a good response. I posted the full. This is interesting. I forgot about that. Thank you for bringing that up. I posted the video on Instagram. I've been meaning to do it for a while. I just kept forgetting, just because you could put the full videos, and I did that from TMF and from my account. So I got next up, and people were commenting as if they hadn't seen it before the way they were talking. I'm like, I guess not everyone sees everything you do, right? So,
100%.
It's kind of cool to get that, and it was good timing, I thought, because additional promo for the album, which was perfect timing. So
Yeah, man. I saw some. I'm trying to think of who it was as you were talking just then. Like, there's some producer or engineer or artist that we love, and they were saying how they, like, regular artists don't promote enough. Like, and people, exactly what we're just talking about. Like, people didn't know you had fucking album out for a whole year, and they think that the shit's like literally brand new. And it's like people don't. I think it was just like a story that I posted that was like, I don't know, some motivational shit saying people don't like artists don't own their own shit enough. Artists don't promote their own shit enough and over and over and over, because it takes weeks and months for cunts to see. Like, if we take note of the really annoying cunty ads that pop up from our voice recognition and shit, like in our timelines, like those ads are relentless to the point where I have to click on it and say I see it too often to get it to fuck off. And we need to use that same sort of like tenacity with showing cunts that we have something new. We don't do it enough. And like, I've been putting up like my beat tapes from YouTube from 2 fucking years ago in quarantine, and had some people respond to it like, these are fly, I could work to this music. I was like, get fucked. Like, just, people really genuinely don't see your shit. So we have to constantly be promoting old shit in the cycle, which is something I've been thinking about in the last, honestly, the last week.
I know you did that. I saw because you tagged TMF, so I repost everything. You
Is that
did
the
on
one?
TMF.
Yeah, actually. Who
I
was that?
thought who?
Some.
Oh,
Who,
I don't remember the So
it
I
was
was
somebody
talking.
that we fucked with.
I don't recall who it was, but I
Yeah.
remember you tagging TMF, so I reposted your projects. I guess that's what I mean. And
Yeah,
I thought
word
that
up.
was dope. And on that note, I don't know if you remember, and I used to do this years ago, and I just got out of it. So I had a Hootsuite account, and what I did was I had all of these. I've got a spreadsheet of like 200 tweets for everything we've ever released, basically. And I had them, and I scheduled them all once per day.
Hashtag organized.
Yeah, for months. I did like I did more than that, probably 4 to 6 months in advance. And there was going to be a tweet a day, which is like, yo, check out the single Young and Crazy from Notion. Here's the link, like all that type of shit. And it got a little old, but because it is repetitive, but it's like every 200 days it's one tweet or whatever, so like you wouldn't notice it.
Right.
But it's like that was actually pretty handy if you think about it. And now there's more noise than ever on social. Like there's so many people doing shit. The algorithms are way more hectic. The organic reach is fuck all. So unless people are already engaging with you, you got to assume that they didn't. They didn't see it. Sometimes someone will pop up on Instagram, for my personal Instagram. I've been trying to unfollow all other accounts because I used to use it for beer. Tiff was doing the same thing. I think we all probably want to trim down what we're seeing, right? Because if you're only going to see some stuff, you don't need to follow everything. And now I don't use that account for beer. I'm unfollowing anything to do with beer. Unless they're already following me, then I feel bad. I don't unfollow. But I found that I'm a nice cunt, and I don't mind seeing some stuff. But there's ones I was following, whatever
on multiple accounts. You got to trim the fat.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense for it's not telling the algorithm, hey, this is a rapper trying to talk about his stuff when he's following with his beer accounts and all this other shit.
Yeah.
So it's part of that. But I found though that sometimes, and tell me if you had the same thing, it particularly in the last month to 2 months, a lot of random accounts that I'd been following and forgot that I followed would pop up in my feed. And I'm like, oh yeah, this motherfucker, what's up with them? And I go check this shit, like, oh fuck, they released an album, or they're doing this now, or whatever. Like,
yeah, it just doesn't show up.
So like, it didn't, maybe like the video, because I posted I got next, now will pop up on a few other people's accounts that already follow me, that had been following me for a while, that didn't see the announcement post of the album, because it gets fuck all, because as soon as you post anything that's promotional, people just tune out. And it's
100%.
It's just, even doesn't matter how big you are, it automatically look at just a regular photo and then, or whatever, a regular post, and then something that's promotional, and the difference is wild. Even if it's like Kim Kardashian level, like followers, like it's still a big difference. So I don't know. I guess sometimes it just goes well, and it's probably why it's important to like post other shit in between. So I just always try and keep a little stash of photos whenever we go somewhere.
Yeah, try and take like good stuff, right?
Yeah, just like, from the top, from the side, where freshly shaved, whatever. And like, cunts engage with that, and then they might be like, oh, this is cool. Oh shit, what's he doing? And they'll go and check out your page. And I pin to the top. I've got Relentless Deluxe pinned, and I got next video, and I think I got Let Justice Prevail video pinned as well. So like, people can go and they'll be like, all right, well, they can hit my link tree. All my shit is in the link tree. The very top is like Stream Relentless Deluxe, and then the top 3 pinned posts have all to do with music. So you come to my page, you have absolutely no confusion as to what you're looking at. So I think that's important. It's good that you brought that up because I think other artists should know that. And that's if you're in business, whatever the fuck you're doing. Definitely be posting about it, breaking up. So yeah, that is dope. And then By Toxic City Volume 2, reminder, December 16th. So I guess that's 3 weeks. Pretty excited to have that out. All mixed and mastered by Ill Note. I'm pretty sure it got approved. I have to double check actually. So that is cool. And then we're out of music. I think I mentioned that again. So you and me are doing these couple little tracks with a homie out in BC in the beer industry, funnily enough. We're just about to start that. We're sort of just a little 2-pack type shit. A little 2-banger to get us all warmed up. And then we're going to really get, once you sort of like, when do you want to, like, and once again, I'm asking you this on the pod because we've been talking about this stuff. For our projects, if people don't know, we've had an episode a few weeks ago where we played a bunch of beats that we're considering for the album in the first pass of beats, and then now that Notion's been on a beat run, we're going to re-look at that because, you know, there's been a bunch of gems. If you follow at Notion Baby on Instagram, he's always posting reels, stories, and just the new stuff that he's making. So you can always keep an eye on the vibe or snap up a beat before it gets snapped up. When were you, like, are you just going to know, like, all right, I feel like we can look at it now, or do you have, like, a time frame in mind that you're like, I want to make beats to the end of the year or some shit like that?
I don't put frames on anything at all, genuinely like feeling and stuff, and just want to make sure it feels right, most importantly, because we're both really fucking dope, and I think that it needs the right beats have to come along. So yeah, I want to make sure that every single beat I know fits and it's going to be organic and awesome, because it really would worry me if we just grab some like whatever I got lying around. That would bother me later on if we just kind of rushed into the beat selection. So I want to make sure I got the fucking best, and I literally that we get goosebumps on every single beat before we even write to it. Won't, you know, within reason, you know, like we need to be inspired as fuck from it. And then some of the things that we have in the line, I like the beats a lot, but I'm not inspired by it to write to it. I like the beats and I want someone to be on it. And maybe it might be a C beat by yourself. Maybe it might get sold to some other cunt down the street or down the line. So like, yeah, I just really want to make sure everything is like as fucking fire as it can be. And I'm very precious about that kind of stuff, but I think it has good intentions and it leads to a good result.
I'm 100% aligned with that. I have no qualms. The thing about, I'd like to, like, say, drop the album next year would be dope.
Yeah.
But I'm also, I don't want to rush. I feel like as far as like when the beats are ready, then we could just move faster on the music side.
We also need to figure out like a direction that we want sonically. Like we haven't, like, I've got a few, like, you know, lately I've been making a lot of beats kind of like just in my regular wheelhouse that I haven't actually made for a long time, like the soulful boom bap joints with the pitched up vocals and that kind of shit. And like I've been using some friends' guitar samples from Australia, some Robbie P samples.
I saw,
and yeah, they've actually been working out really good. So those vibes are kind of tight. There's genuinely one of those that we need to save. It's fucking disgusting because I know you love. We both adore rock in a different kind of way because we were raised on that shit in Australia. And it does come through in the music a lot. Like, yeah. So I'm excited to keep that.
So the only way we're going to be able to pick a direction musically would be to analyze a bunch of beats and then we can see where it's taking us. Because I don't even have anything in my mind about, like, there's two ways it can go, really. I think we could do what we've always done, or what I feel like if someone say, what does the Movement Fam do? Well, it's usually the soul beat type of shit.
Yeah, like our song together, Found You, is that quintessential wrap up in a package version of what that is.
100%. I was thinking about that too. Perfect back and forth, the way we were done it and shit. And then the other direction we could go would be to make it sort of more eclectic in the vibes. I'm not really into making slow music, but like, you know, something maybe trappy, something drill that we were talking about, because what we want is something fun.
Honestly,
right?
That would be hilarious.
I want to mention something to you, right? So I was telling Tiff this the other day, and she had some thoughts, and I want to tell this to Dan as well, but we can tell him separately. So you know how there's this, for people who don't know, like, if you're going to want to promote your music when it comes out, there's a few ways to do it. Like, you can work with a publicist. Publicists can cost thousands and thousands, like 10, 20 grand even a month.
It's true.
And they don't always result in anything fantastic. the other way is to say get on playlists. That's the main thing. Like, cool, we could try and get some articles and stuff, but the articles really don't. No one gives a fuck, and the only thing they're good for is trying to get Instagram verification, which I'm not entirely fussed about. Like, it'd be cool, yeah, but I'm like, I'd like it, but I'm like, I'm not going to go and pay a publicist just to get pieces in Complex so then I can get verified. I don't care enough. It's not important. So many people really fucking care about it. It's weird, but there's this website called Submit Hub. There's a couple of other ones, but that's the one that most people know. And basically what you do, you upload a song or you put the links to your song and you can buy these credits and you submit it. So it's like, it's a way that they're like a marketplace, I guess, to submit it to either bloggers, curators for playlists and influencers. So whether it's TikTok, Instagram or something like that.
Right.
I use that. Most indie artists would use that. It's relatively decent. It's hard to know who is legit and who's not. But anyway, the one that I do, I submit to curators because all I want right now and I do one campaign for each of the new songs. I did it off the last album. The only ones I didn't do were the interludes, but maybe I should in hindsight. Because now almost every song is over 1,000 plays. I think the album's got 36,000 plays all up.
Fantastic.
Which is not too bad for us, like we're not really like
awesome, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. We're independent artists. We got no one backing us. It's just our own shit, and getting it out there from people who already listen to it, playing it, and then getting on these playlists via Submit Hub and other similar sites. So what they have to do when you submit, like these curators can get paid, and it's probably paid in credits or it's like chump change. I imagine it's not much money, but just a little side hustle to make their blog or their playlist generate a bit of cash. So it doesn't really cost much at all. It's less than like $1 a credit or something like that. Like it's to me, I think it's a reasonable deal as long as the delivery on the end of the playlist actually has real listeners if people care, because that's what I'm submitting for and other artists submitting for. So when they decline you, part of for them to get their credit, even if they say no, they have to give you at least 10 words of feedback. And it's hilarious sometimes because when you look through the feedback for a song, it's all completely mixed. Some of them be like, love the production, love the instrumental, but I don't like the delivery of the raps. Like, I love your voice, but I don't like the delivery. Keep trying, thanks for submitting. Some of them are like, yeah, the mix is too muddy, don't really like the vocal mix, but yeah, the drums are really great, keep going. Like, they always criticize the mix. That's probably like 70% of the criticisms. And I think that's because they don't know what else to say, and it's easy to critique the mix than anything else because it's not directly... It's not the art, exactly. So, one of them said to me,
crazy.
They go, you don't have any memorable lines, so I'm probably going to pass on this one. And I said that to Tiff, and I feel like, what, do you want everyone...
Is that to you?
Yeah, about either Larry Flint or Lightwork, I think. And
interesting.
This is my point, right? Have you know the thing where they always talk about Drake rapped in Instagram captions?
Great. Drake was rapping in what?
Okay.
No.
So a lot of it's typically women end up using Drake lyrics as Instagram captions. So Drake specifically, and this probably started around Nothing Was the Same, which we were talking about off air. Drake he writes bars. Like you put the quote, like you put the picture of just like some girl looking over her shoulder and be like, motherfuckers never loved us. Like they do shit like that. Or they do...
I've seen a bunch of dumb cunts do that shit too. Cool.
So Drake specifically writes in what could be considered Instagram captions. He writes stuff that predominantly women, dudes too.
Snapshot and just taken away for the...
So what this blogger, curator, whatever, was essentially saying was that like my songs didn't have a line in it, or at least whatever the song that they listened to, that was like memorable enough. And to me, a memorable line is sort of like that Instagram caption thing. So I was like, I thought that was an interesting thing because when we write, I feel like I don't know about you. I don't write trying to make a memorable line. I'm just trying to say the shit I want to say in the coolest way. Like, coolest way?
Yeah.
Whatever sounds good. I don't know. Do you write to try and like, hey, people are going to quote me on this one?
Honestly, no. I've never even thought from that perspective once. Like, the way I write is like, I want to make sure that you react to the line. Like, cunts that I know that know hip hop and lyricism and language and they're just smart cunts. If I want, or we I want reactions from those people. That's why, and the way I write is for a real poet, MC, head to react to it. That's the perspective I write from.
Gotcha. I
Yeah,
would
but
probably
also
say
I'm telling a fucking story. But like, yeah, I don't write like an Instagram caption to think, oh yeah, that line's going to be a quotable. Like, never, never, never. Like, I want that to happen, but I don't write that. I don't come with that intention, and
figured, because that's just never been our style. Sometimes
yeah,
people will find a line from one of the songs or whatever from a song that they just like, and then people quote that back to you like, "Oh, that line, you like that one? Oh, okay."
yeah, it always
Never thought of
surprises
that.
us.
Yeah. So, what I was even thinking, so Tiff, I told this to Tiff, and she was like, "Yeah, okay, I can see what they're saying." She's like, "For this project," and I was explaining to her what we talked about on the pod, that we're open sourcing this, we're playing the beats, we're talking about it live, and we're open to doing different vibes and to really like bringing in like Dahn and Tiff's sort of thoughts and stuff. And she was like, it's almost like we should run all the things by them, being that they're the immediate team as well. Even though most of the music stuff, it's usually just me and you. But if you think about what we did with Relentless, where Maya and I chose all the beats, so we didn't bring anybody in with that. But on the day of recording, the whole team was there the whole time. And no one would let like anything slide that we didn't fuck
Shit
with.
take, or yeah, you're right.
A bad take, or like, bro, you can't use that line. And I was completely in the like, this is the team mode. I'm not gonna take anything personally. I'm not going to push
Yeah,
back
because
too much.
you let me and my clarity amend like some things in your lyrics, or
Yes,
suggest things that usually otherwise wouldn't be open to, because usually there's not even a need for adjustment. But in that creative room and context, I think it was good that you let your guard down, because then there was a lot of cool suggestions that made the song and the delivery, etc., better.
agreed wholeheartedly. And it was a cool experiment for me to just like, as rappers, as MCs, you typically don't want anyone touching your shit. I'm
Yeah,
like typically, and I think you're probably the same. Like the verse, I'm kind of like, just don't worry about it. I got this. When it comes to
yeah.
hooks, I'm always been super
Always
open.
down, because we're not singers. We're not from that musical sort of classically trained background, even though we had lessons of small things. You're a guitarist, I'm a drummer. For a small part, you guitared way longer than I drummed, for example. But
I love
our
guitaring.
musical thing is you guitared longer than
Guitaring.
you guitared. Well, that
I,
kind of could be anyway.
I like that. No, you're right. You're right. So hook. So when it came to the lyrics, it was something that like I almost feel like no one's ever given me shit for it too. I've been very open about that's what happened. There was a lot of them were like minor tweaks. There's a couple of times like full like 2-3 bars were scrapped and we changed them and we did it together. Pause. We all sat there and we came up with it together. We were shooting out lines and then we get it and we tweak it. And I didn't mind. And Tiff said, and you and Tiff were kind of, I felt like my gatekeepers, as in like if you would not let anything slide, if you did. And Tiff always said
Yeah.
everything that he suggested, or everything that we did as a team that was changed, was for the better of the song. And to me, that was all that mattered for Relentless, was that everything was as good as it could possibly be. And if I had to sacrifice my MC like ego a little bit and just be like, you know what, if we can make this better, well, let's make it better, because
Honestly,
we're not Jay-Z, nobody but Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no need to really fuck around and do that. So what I was thinking with this project is that, whilst I don't know, it's not really more about like the raps as much as it is the overall project that maybe me and Maya took care of with Relentless, but we bring the team in for that side, which is beat selection, theme selection, maybe keywords or things that we could possibly say in a song about that. Like, it's not like Dan or Tiff would write out raps, but they might have an idea like, yo, if the drill song, you should say like this phrase or this sentence, or
yeah.
these,
Say this keyword, the buzzword,
and that
include
buzzword
that.
could be the hook. It could be, or it
Yeah.
could be some shit we both put in the verses. It could be a rhyme pattern or something. And I don't know if I come up with rhyme patterns, but you know what I'm saying.
It could be one of those things you mentioned once in the song, but that's the song name.
Boom. I love those things. Those are always
I love
funny.
those things. That's
So
awesome.
how do you feel about that? Do you think that could be like a cool approach
Of
to
course.
this? Being that, like, I was like, let's just put ourselves. This is what I also said to Tiff. I'm like, how long have we been doing music? Like 20 years, right?
Yeah. Stacks.
The
Stacks a lot of
vast
tape.
Stack slots. Now we've been doing different shit the whole time. It's not like it was like, you know, hundreds of versions of the same song. We always trying different sounds, different, you know, producers, samples, synths. I did fucking 3 indie rock mixtapes. Fucking, we did songs performing with a alt rock band. What were they called again? Oh my gosh. Fading Hour in Melbourne. It was one of my favorite things we ever did. Me Notion, the singer who used to be in a group with us, they had a song called Celestine that was like 8 minutes long, and we just rapped in all the gaps, which is what inspired my mixtape, because I put that on the mixtape, because that's exactly what I did for like 18 songs with 3 9-track mixtapes, including that one.
It's a vibe.
It was a good vibe. So we've done a bunch of different things, but overall we approach music in a pretty similar way. And Relentless was the first time, I think, as a crew, we stepped out of our comfort zone and did something different. More for me than anybody else, but as a whole, it was a challenge for you for the mixing and for editing, because you did the bulk of the work with the editing with Maya, but it was mostly on you. And then in the studio itself and the way that we handled it as a team. So I was like, all right, well, let's keep that ethos into this next project, and let's just fucking,
that'd be sick.
You know, like test some shit, throw some shit at the wall.
We definitely need to get some more instrumentation on top of my production, because, like, you know, like, I don't know if you know this, like, I don't make beats full because I can't play like every instrument, unfortunately. But I don't know, like, things definitely need to get. Like, I make really good skeletons. My beats are really good skeletons. Sometimes they're fully finished. Sometimes, like, things need extra layers and things. So I'm definitely not opposed to adding shit on during the writing phase, and while we're fixing the structure and figuring out the arrangement. I definitely need to, like, you know, like, get like a real bass player on certain tracks. Need to get some additional guitar, like from Johnny and shit like that. So yeah, well, so that's another thing I wanted to just put out there on the record. Like, I love it. Some beats are actually finished and you know it, and you know, I know you know it when you hear it, but then there's other things that, like, I've got ideas that I can sing the idea, but I need to get, like, do we need a flute there? Do we need a guitar there? Do we need strings there? Like, I need to bump off my production ideas with other cunts, because sometimes I can't make a decision. So I'm just like, yeah, that's the other production asterisk I wanted to add to our process.
Absolutely here for that. I think that would be a cool thing as well, to ask the guys what they would think, and we could even, like, run shit by, like, Jonathan Emile, or even John Rosner, who's our guitarist. Shouts to Johnny in Montreal. Like, you know, you could hey bro, what do you think this could do? Like, what else could we?
Because he's musically, like, inclined like that, so he'll be like, oh yeah, no, you can.
I know.
Because, like, I want to put more bridges into my production. I'm not that good at, like, hey, which way do I go from here? Like, I'm cool at finding a nice sample and then changing it or pitching it up or down to something new that's got a new feel. But, like, getting a bridge out of that kind of shit, like, fuck if I know. So I need some help with extending the production sort of to that part. So that would be sick to get some other cunts in on it, and happy to co-pro and chuck them on the whatever. So
I like that.
But I want to make it, like, real sick though.
Yeah, I want this to be epic. I feel like after Relentless, we can't really go back. That was what it almost made me hesitant to do more music. Like, I've done the collab projects and stuff since, I guess, with since we did it. I did the collab project with Poe, which is just produced by one dude. Did the 2 by Toxic Cities. It's just done by Smokewell, but that's my, like, little, you know, boom bap sort of underground shit that I just like to do. It just makes me happy. But for TMF stuff, I was like, all right, well, we have to
make it a little epic,
elevate after Relentless. So we're like, all right, and it doesn't matter if it was your solo, my solo, the collab stuff, whatever the next thing is, it's got to be elevated. Outside of, you know, if you're doing the project with you know, Notion Island Volume 2 and stuff, that's different, because it's the same as the Smokewell shit, where it's like you just do that. But when we're doing our shit, it's got to be something. So
got to put all the minds together and get as many cunts in the room.
I love it. Though.
I'm
excited for it. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be really, really dope. People always wanted us to do shit together, and I like music. I don't like this. Why I never really did as much solo stuff, because, like, music has always been a collaborative thing for me. I just like working with people with stuff.
Exactly.
Like, this is more fun to me. Like, it's half the work for both of us for the raps, because every song is gonna be both of us. So it's like, you know, might be one verse each. Fucking boom, boom, done. You know, like, whereas a solo track,
or one verse and then a back and forth, or whatever the fuck.
Exactly. And you can write
I want you to sing on a hook for me.
Down. I'm always like doing that shit. You know about that, right?
I got the tools in it.
Yeah, man. We got all that stuff. A little bit of auto tune that, just a touch.
Just a touch, right?
Just everyone does it. Ain't nobody
pitch
fucking.
correction, bro. Got a pitch correction.
But a punch. That's the music update. That went on longer, but that was a good little vibe. So
fun update on my neck, mate. Real quick, I forgot to tell you
please.
personally. So on Tuesday, which will be basically tomorrow, if you're listening to the podcast, tomorrow I have an appointment to get basically discharged from going to the private clinic to get this shit sorted out. So it's like it's fully sealed now, and my neck is like healed and shut.
That's amazing.
So
how's it feel?
I think
like it's
fine. Like, you know, it looks gnarly as fuck, but you know, I'll have to just grow my beard down long and have a dutty neck. Even though I don't want to do that,
be itchy.
You might have to do it. Nah, just like you'll see it when you see it. Like it looks like I got fucking juked in the neck so bad. It's crazy.
But it's almost there.
No, like it's healed. This is the way the cut is. It looks like I got the biggest stab in the neck. It looks fucked.
Right. It's kind of gangster still.
Kind of gangster. The whole left side of my fierce is mash up.
It's okay. It's scars.
But I'm pretty on this side.
There you go. So you just gotta have the right side profile.
You know what I'm saying? All the time, right side. Or only left side.
When we did the drill song.
Only left side for the drill song, because I'll show my scars like I'm a street cunt and I'll fucking stab you in the neck like I stabbed in the neck.
Yep. See?
I have to actually think of a good story, because I've been too honest with everyone and just been like, oh yeah, I got sick and then the thing happened, and but I want to have like a sick story, like, you know, fucking was at the bar and this cunt fucking stabbed me because he fucking whatever.
But trust me, I fucking cut him up. I got the bottle, I smashed it. Like, let's go, cunt.
You should say he fucking end up if cunt's still in hospital, mate.
Yeah, but don't know if he's getting out.
I don't have a good story like that, but I'll have to figure one out. Leave some fun stories in the comments so I could tell people about the 3.5-inch fucking scar that I have on my neck. So I'll show you guys probably next week. Actually, I'll have it fully out. You'll see it live and direct. I'll get my neck right up to the camera, and you can see my slit, mate.
Can't wait to see your slit, mate.
Yeah.
I'm ready for
so
it.
there you go. That's my health update. I should have to start with.
All right. That's positive.
So I'm happy to get this fucking constant fucking Band-Aid looking ass thing off my neck. So
must be annoying.
People think it's a tattoo. I was like, yeah, I wish, dog. I might get a tattoo around the scar.
Tattoos over the scar.
Mum will be so pissed.
Mum will be furious.
So pissed, because imagine my first tattoo being a neck.
Oh, they won't. Actually, no one will do it
right there.
Did you know? Oh, I guess you don't know.
First tattoos you can't do necks.
You can't do face, hands, or neck. They won't.
So I have to get one. I'll get one on my cock first, and then I'll get one on my neck.
They probably wouldn't do cock either. You'd have to do like arm, chest, or back before they would.
Arm, leg.
It's like a standard industry policy. Yeah.
Really, I did not know that. That's actually kind of funny.
Because they only do it if you've never had one. Though. Like I'll go in right now. Those fucking tattoo you anywhere. But
tell your asshole.
Hopefully, but they when you go in for the off the rip, they just won't do it because you don't know you've never had one, and if you regret it, you try and sue the store or whatever.
Especially on your neck, it's like I got it's a long giraffe sort of neck situation, as you can see here, but then the skin's super thin. That's insane.
It would hurt. Like I gave mine went up here, like hurt a lot.
I wonder what I could get that will go around the scar that will look actually good.
This is so high. How high up is the scar? Like it's pretty high, right?
Yeah, it's like in the middle. It's exactly in the middle of the Band-Aid thing. Maybe that's
a big tat. You'd have to get like a big bull,
maybe like a chick with a massive ass bending over, like looking back.
That could be
good. And the scar is the crack in her bum.
And then it says "motherfuckers never loved us" underneath.
No, it just says "sick cunt."
Sick cunt. I was going to go in onto some stuff.
Oh, Mum's going to be so upset.
You are going to be taken out of the will, mate. Fuck.
Goodness
Jesus
Christ.
She's already hating on my stuff, so if you go and do it, we'll come out of here with a fucking... That's something I can't see.
So we'll be on the even plane.
Yeah, exactly. Then she'll be like, oh, now Bradley's not the good one. Sorry, Govey.
Absolute trollop.
I am a trollop. That was good times.
That's a clip for sure.
Yeah, no, I was looking at around the times there. So, all right, what's a couple things? Black Friday is this weekend, and Cyber Monday is today that you're listening to it. Did you cop? Yep. How do you feel about this time of year?
Men's broke this year, so no sales. Just whipping. Last year was my buying nice things on sales / with severe employee discounts or whatever for my mountain bike and some clothes and shit. This year I didn't really get anything crazy for myself. Because sometimes you just buy shit when you see a dirty sale, you can't even let that shit slide. So there's a couple of things that I probably got myself, some deals in March or something, like, I don't know, some small shits. But yeah, mainly bike stuff last year, bro. Nothing this year at all.
Gotcha. No, I feel that it's not always necessary. There's no point doing it unless you need shit. It's more like, we wait for this time of year to get a bunch of stuff. Like, hard drives. Like, I got a big ass hard drive. Tiff got one as well. The Baxter just had to. It took me 5 days to sort my whole shit out. Like, leaving the laptop down here and just moving stuff around was an ordeal, but we got it done. What else we got? We have a garage in this new house, and we always wanted a gym. So there's like pre-Black Friday sales. So we got a treadmill that was worth like $5,000, but we got it for like $1,500, which is pretty insane. So that's pretty banger. I got a bench and some weights. And then they weren't really Black Friday sales, but then we saw one where the weight was on a better deal that we got. It was too late, so I was a bit pissed about that, which is like part of the game, I guess. And we just tried to, because we got house stuff, right? So the house stuff is just a whole ordeal, and we've got to do things that we need here. So we're in this phase of like trying to get as much of it out of the way as possible as far as like the spending, so then we can stop spending, because it's ridiculous how much shit you need when you're starting the crib. Like, there's all of these things around. This table, we had to get the BOS set next to me, and like the desk over there behind me for the studio, and like all of this shit. We had to get so much stuff. What else did we get? We're trying to get Christmas presents as well during this time, so we got a couple little things.
What do you need?
What do we? Oh, for other people, you mean?
Now, what do you want for Chrissy? You can't.
Oh, for Christmas? I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to look at the list. I don't even
have a think, eh?
Well, you too. You gotta tell me as well.
I have no idea. I don't really need anything, mate. That's why I didn't buy anything for Cyber fucking dickhole day. But like, also try to save the funds. Things are crazy, but also don't really need anything desperately. Like, I just don't, like, maybe clothes. Like, I don't know. Fuck, I don't. Yeah.
No, I feel you. Yeah,
everything for the most part is blessed. I just didn't like have my eyes on any crazy shit, because. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Out here. Just need more money, and want to keep making boots for cunts.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty valiant wish list right there, right?
Pretty straightforward. Just want to keep mixing and mastering. So,
that shit.
Need to get some new artists and meet fucking some cunts and fucking just get some bangers created.
Keep them fucking going. No, I love
at the house. I might go to a hip hop gig or two, meet some new cunts.
Like local ones.
I guess so. Yeah, there was a big show last night. Fresh Kills had, or was it last night? Yeah, Saturday night in Toronto. Fresh Kills had an album launch.
Oh no shit!
Tapestry, and unfortunately I was working, so I couldn't get down there.
Okay.
But I saw a couple of cheeky stories, and it looked like Mans was out there. So
good for him. So that'd probably be some good shit for you to go to, like bring Connor or something, and check it all out. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's cool. So I'll go get my cock out and about and swing it around and
see some cunts, see what's going on.
See some cunts, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'll fuck with it. Love it. Should we get into the general news?
Do it.
Times?
Fucking do it.
So I'm trying to think where to start. Maybe I'll do the screen sharing ones first, and then I'll just keep on the other side. So if I switch over to this one right here, there we go. So, if I play this, let me see if it works. Hold up. Where's the button? Oh, it's not really... Okay, so...
I love how you
look, it's not even... Yeah, I know, right? That's how Tiff says it. It's strange.
DOC, nigga. Do your research.
Okay, could you hear that?
It's working, yep. DOC.
Okay, so I'm just refreshing.
That was the end of the video.
Yeah, because it just was... There was the... Okay, my computer's been such a bitch. So look, I don't think I'll play the video, but I'm going to explain what it says. So the video is Nelly on Twitter. and I guess it's like a rip of his TikTok or some shit. And basically, what he's saying, he's like, who is the biggest what if in hip hop? Meaning, who like had almost the big career, or who was like, as in like their career got cut short, they were killed, or they just died young, or before they got to really like, become who they could be. Nelly says DOC is the greatest what if in hip hop because he put one album out and then he had the accident and then lost his voice, and then he was kind of like just if I'm not mistaken, he was like a writer.
Right.
So there's a bunch of other answers that people gave.
Right.
Big L was the big one.
Big L was, yeah.
Because he technically did one album, and then the second album was posthumous. So
yeah,
he didn't really get to do it, and he got signed to Rockefeller right before he died too. So like he was about to do some interesting shit. So I think that's a really good one. Did you have any thoughts on who could be a what if in hip hop? Like who did? Like you can't say like Tupac because he dropped like 6 albums plus 800 trillion. Like, and he sort of became like, it would have been interesting to see what happened, but he did do a lot of music. Biggie, you could argue he did one solo album. Life After Death was basically done, but he wasn't around to see it. And then he wrote the Junior Mafia album. He wrote a lot of Kim stuff. So like, he did a reasonable amount of stuff. It wasn't like we just got a sliver and then he was gone.
Yeah.
You could, I don't know about Pun because I think Pun's second album was posthumous as well. So you could probably say Pun. I don't know if he would probably count. Someone's saying Joel Santana's the biggest what if in hip hop. I guess that's just
Joel Santana. That's hilarious. Yeah. No, those. Wow. Okay. DOC, Big L. Honestly, really, that makes a lot of sense. Fuck.
I'm just trying to think who else, or maybe like someone who, because I don't know if he really like laid out the parameters for this. Like, could it be someone who just maybe did one fire album and then like either disappeared or just became whack or some shit? Like, was it anything like that? Like, I don't really know what else it could be. Someone here saying John Forte. I don't know if he really had the level of like.
Who's John Forte?
There you go. So John Forte, pick up the mic, Gucci sway this way. I'm more than just a rhymer. You still what was that? Fugees.
Oh no shit.
You know when you hit the guy had the dreads.
Okay.
He was pretty cool. You know when we see it. So I mean maybe I don't know if I think he did a project, but like it wasn't anything. Didn't do anything crazy. I don't know if that would be an interesting one. Like I couldn't think of anyone else aside from Big L was probably the obvious one to me.
Yeah.
It was complete. You could probably argue. I mean, a lot of this seems to be our era stuff. Like you could probably argue like Extentation or something like that.
Right.
Who is one of the few artists that has like the amount of streams that he does, and
Pop Smoke maybe.
Pop Smoke would be another one because I didn't even know if he was around for his first album actually. I don't think he was actually.
Like super premature, like death is like just like got robbed as when seemed so promising.
Yes, yeah. So I think those two definitely never really got to see. I mean, I don't know if you could argue someone as prolific as like Juice WRLD, who did like 800 trillion songs.
Yeah, wasn't he a SoundCloud fucking
dude?
Mad cut?
Like emo rap. Yes, it wasn't my cup of tea, but like people really loved it. Kind of like it's sort of like a better Kid Cudi, the way I sort of see it.
Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, I saw Kid Cudi on the spicy wing joint. What's it called? Fucking Hot Ones. Why the hell did I not think of that first? Yeah, it was a good one. He's a polite young gentleman. I'd like to have him over for dinner.
All right.
You know, yeah, he's a funny cunt. Like he's pretty cool, man. He's a good dude. I just think he makes weird tunes, like as you know we've spoken about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's a top cunt. I actually rate him personally. Just not like he's another one of those artists. Like I like him. I like him personally better than his artistry. It's weird.
Who was this again? I'm sorry.
Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi. Yeah. Okay.
He's a bit of he's a mad cunt.
That's why I was saying no shade, because I have nothing against him whatsoever. It's just the music he makes does not speak to me in any shape or form. But every time I see him talk, it seems cool. So that's really cool to hear. Why is that funny?
Just the music doesn't speak to you in any shape or form. Just
yeah,
it just fuck
gotta be
off.
honest.
Nope. It's like a heart.
I
The
tried,
heart.
bro. It's just whiny shit, like to me, but cunts love it, so it's okay. I don't think it's shit. It's just not for me. That's all.
I dig it.
Anyway, look, someone else said Pop Smoke. That's a good one. That's a really good call. So I thought this was an interesting conversation that Nelly brought up. Couldn't think of anyone else off the Dome piece, and it's almost like everyone else is just saying the same shit. So looks like stack bundles.
The comment section of things like that are ridiculous. Like you get the first people that answered it within like the first hour of the post, and then everyone's just copying what they've seen already.
Basically, yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. It happens in all the mountain bike posts that I follow. I did a look at my Notion MTB account.
Right, that's how they just roll. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just copying what they've seen already. It's like, have some thought.
Well, that was fun. So that was that. Now,
you're fun.
The next thing we have here, I don't know why I see the screen's gone black, but what I'm seeing is just the Twitter. Okay, here we go.
Twitter.
So here we go. This is the Soul Train Awards. Beyonce, Chris Brown, Lizzo, and more among the winners. So Soul Train would have been yesterday, 27th. So it was published today so it would have been last night. So Beyonce tied with...
It's fire. Sorry.
You watched it?
Yeah, the Ari Lennox joint. The video. Fire.
What song did she do? Oh,
Waste My Time.
Yeah. I don't know. The more I listened to that album, the less I liked it in the end.
Yeah, I've only heard it literally once, so it was like,
I listened to it flat out for like a week whenever we got in the car. And
straight up.
Eventually, I was just like, turn this off. No shit. Once again. I feel like a hater today, huh? I'm not, though. I'm not a hater, Notion. I love.
Honest, I swear I was not a hater.
That's what I'm saying. So Beyonce and Mary had the most nominations this year with 7. Beyonce lost in 3 categories, which she'd won in the past. Okay. Just give me like the summary, motherfucker. Like, that would be a lot easier.
Oh, down the bottom. There's
there we go.
Who wins.
So Beyonce got Album of the Year for Renaissance, and that's when she beat out some pretty good ones.
Lizzo and Mary.
I don't know why Lizzo would be that. I feel like she's more
pop.
Can't
love her, I guess,
Just more that it's pop as opposed to R&B, that's all.
Right.
Song of the Year, Beyonce, Break My Soul. Wow, okay. Beat all those. Okay, cool. It's even Burna Boy. It's like reggae. Why are you putting... I guess it's overall, though. Probably best song. Okay.
Yeah.
Video of the Year, Silk Sonic, Smoking Out the Window. Very cool. There's a lot of nominations. It's like 8 nominations. That's why I'm not reading them out for people who know, like, the... 8 nominations is a lot. Normally it's like 4 for all these ones.
Yeah, that's true.
Very interesting. Oh, Best New Artist was Thames. Well deserved. All of these people, to be honest, bro, I know not a single one of them except Thames. Do you?
Honestly, that's a weird list. Who the fuck is anybody? Fireboy, DML, what the fuck is that? Go on, bro. Mooney Long?
Yeah, like, I'm sure they're all fantastic, just I haven't heard of them.
Yeah, just like... never.
So it's almost like unfair, because like everyone at Thames been killing it. Let me zoom in on this, make it a bit bigger for folks. Here we go.
Well, there you go. Zoom in, bitch. Yes.
Best R&B. Oh, Tiff is sending me an airdrop from upstairs. That is
R&B soul female.
Hilarious. R&B soul female is Jasmine Sullivan. Won that. She beat out some decent names as well. And then best R&B soul male was Chris Brown, who beat out like Brent Fires. I thought could have won that. See, Burna Boy R&B soul is kind of wild, no? Like
that's kind of wild. I definitely thought. I mean, Chris Brown's the most in that list. It's either Chris Brown or Lucky Day or
Givion's killing it. Brent Fires, bro.
Burna Boy doesn't. Yeah.
This is like a weird list of people. PJ Morton, I know the name, but Babyface hasn't really been active for a while. Charlie Wilson is just sort of like an older dude, legend, who's just like working with people here and there.
Done like great features lately.
Yeah, but it's still not. They all seem to be in different categories. All of these people. This is weird. Best collab: Ronald Isley. Is it Isley or Isley? Yeah. And Beyonce, Make Me Say It Again. Go. They did that. Remember we sampled that. I had a Cee and Becca song where we bought the beat that samples that.
Oh, nice.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's true.
Beck got the beat and hasn't used it. God damn it.
Damn it.
Right? Damn it. There's some cool other collabs in there. What else we got? Certified Soul Award. Mary J. Blige. Absolutely well deserved. Ashford and Simpson Songwriters Award. Mooney Long. It's HRS and HRS. Is that like hers and hers? Maybe it's supposed to be pronounced. Okay. Some other good ones in that too. Best dance performance. Lizzo. Fair, I guess. Maybe Man's a Dancer. I don't know why I beat Chris Brown though, because he's probably the best dancer on that list. Best.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. Best Gospel, Maverick City Music and Kirk Franklin, Legend Award, Morris Day, and the motherfucking time.
Time.
Which is very relevant because you were sharing that shit like today on
literally
Instagram. Today. For shouts to Silent Bob, Jan Silent Bob, shout back for as we were talking about last week, actually.
One of the GOAT movies.
GOAT and Lady of Soul. One of the GOAT. Listen to the last episode 107 to hear that conversation because it's pretty funny. And yeah, Lady of Soul Award, Escape, shouts to Escape. I fuck with Candy heavy because of Real Housewives. And she's
of course,
funny as fuck.
Trash TV. Fantastic.
I fucking love it, Notion. Jesus.
Fucking love it, God.
All right, what else we got? Drake gives DJ Khaled 4 high-tech toilets. This may be the best gift ever. Wow.
Sick dunnies. So basically, he got there's a dunny called a Todo, and they're just it's the same things that Drake put it on his fucking Instagram ago when he first built that fucking slut fest of a mansion in Forest Hill there. Oh no, not Forest Hill. What is it?
21 Park Circle in it's like Lawrence and fucking something.
Bridle Path, all that sort of area, Post
Path.
Road and shit.
What's that area?
Anyway,
you're right. It's Bridle Path.
So that I remember seeing a video on his stories about like music. Like when you go to the Dunny, certain music was playing, and it was like it looked like a day spa situation. Like he's sitting on his motherfucker. So yeah, when I saw this video that you have right there, he's just literally talking about how good the Dunny is. Like heated seats. It's got a bunch of.
Listen, this is not no regular toilet bowl. My brother Drake just bought me and my family about 4 big toilet bowls. This is called the Todo toilet bowl. If you ever been to Drake's house, his toilet bowls are incredible. Melissa, what's some of the features?
It has a UV light cleaning system.
It got a UV light cleaning system.
It's remote control operated.
It's remote control operated.
We can hear her.
Automatic toilets.
I was gonna say, why is he repeating?
The UV light, and it got the water too that splashes up, right?
Air deodorizers.
Night light, refreshing air deodorant. You saying? Yep. This is the Todo. Listen, yo, Drake, I'm not even joking, Drake.
Tornado flush.
Me and my queen been talking about getting Todos for the whole house. Now, honey, we got Todo toilet bowls. Heated seats too. Heated seats. This, if you ever been to Drake's house, you know Drake's house is.
Okay, I don't think anyone watching that video really has been to Drake's house, so that's pretty cool. I want one now.
It's horrendous. That video is pretty bad. So the fact that he said that, and he says it a few more times in the rest of that video, but like, if you've ever been to Drake's house, it's like, motherfucker, are you serious, bro?
Like, I'm not surprised.
Probably
You're friends with Drake. It's okay. Of course you've been to his house. Oh, Khaled. Okay, well, I want one of those. That's pretty fucking funny. The fact that there's a full article about it is pretty ridiculous. That they need more things to talk about.
They got fuck all to talk about. But I thought it was funny because I know you're a fan of anal cleansing.
I'm really truly am.
Keeping the back fresh,
Yep.
As am I. But it's just funny because you got a tush and it's just the tushy and the dunny. So it's just piss funny, and we talked about it last time. So.
About the shitter. So thank you for the full circle moments. I appreciate it. I'm here for it. I have something new for my vision wall. Thank you. This is fantastic.
Hey,
right? Let's go. Shit.
Start with the first level of Bati Washer, then you go to the fucking like Don Dada. It plays music, bro. You can have like Relentless playing while you drop nuggies in the morning.
I'm just dreaming about it.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm just thinking.
I can just visualize it, bro. It'll happen.
Thinking
Let's
what
go.
my life could be. I'm picturing you in the guest room taking.
I just want that shit. By next Christmas, I want a Toto in my fucking wherever I'm living.
I feel like we can make it work. I feel like it's happening.
I'll just pull out half my bathroom just to fit this dunny in. Fuck the bath off. I'll just be like, you know what? I'll sacrifice like all
Half bath.
percentage of dunny space just to put, bathroom space to put this dunny in. Fuck it, mate.
Worth every penny.
That's fucking Toto.
I'll keep this going because I realize we're at 55 minutes already. We've just been like yapping today.
Shut the fuck up then.
Nah,
Jeez.
it's great. It's a podcast. So if you shut the fuck
hey.
up, then isn't a podcast.
No,
So,
I'm just kidding.
all right. So apparently, I don't know how much we care about this. I just saw this as we were setting up. So NBA Youngboy and Bobby Schmurda are beefing on Instagram stories of all things. So NBA Youngboy said, "Okay, Mr. Von Schmurda, you better stop the violence, boy. I thought you was a fan, and don't lie. Go make a hit. I just want to be friends." Then he says, "Well, talking violent. Help me keep the peace, or just stay far away, slave." Okay, interesting. Then Bobby Schmurda posted a video saying I'm not going to play it because I don't care enough. He didn't want to hear anyone brag about what their friends have done. He would also claim that he wasn't referring to Youngboy in the first place. Oh, that was in response to this particular post. Okay, cool. So he misinterpreted. Young NBA Youngboy thought that he was talking about him. He wasn't. Posted all this stuff. Then, okay, so Rowdy Rebel, who is Bobby Schmurda's mate, who were in jail together, went on My Expert Opinion podcast, which I love. So I talked about that here. I think it's fantastic. And then he spoke about King Von, I believe. I don't know what's going. I feel like this is going to get confusing now because once you start talking about these Chicago dudes and all the alliances, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So he was talking about King Von. Maybe he wasn't supposed to talk about this dude, and then so maybe NBA Youngboy was friends with King Von. Probably was. Oh, how much are we really going to go into this? Then they're yelling at each other. I kind of regret this now. I kind of regret this notion.
Maz is beefing still.
Yeah,
it's a bunch of dumb cunts doing dumb shit, basically, right?
That's really what I'm getting. Honestly, the fact it keeps going, this just feels like look how long it is. I thought this would be like 3 slides.
Hey,
all right, we're done. We're done.
Also, Double XL is not the best website. I'm sorry about leading you down there, mate.
No, you didn't do it. I found it on Twitter. It's okay. It was trending on Twitter.
Well, yeah, okay. I looked at Double XL earlier. It was like kind of shit still.
Yeah,
very gossipy and old articles.
Yeah, that's gone.
Dated.
Sorry,
Catch
guys.
Count, we're off.
So if you care, Google it. But a couple of people are mad at each other. So, that's what it is.
Man.
Let's get to more important things. Trump 2024. So,
holy fuck, bud.
Ye went to see Donald Trump to ask him to be his vice president on the campaign. Apparently Trump didn't take too kindly to that. They got in an argument or something.
Funny.
Which is kind of wild. And Ye's been hanging out with that Milo Yiannopoulos, who is sort of like a gay white nationalist type of dude who was canceled years ago type shit. And this other dude called Nick Fuentes, who I believe is some sort of racist thing. Don't know a lot about him, but it's like, I'm doing my best every day to stand up for Ye. I'm just like, it's okay. He's not the best messenger. He means blah, blah, blah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Now he's hanging out with these motherfuckers. It's like, oh, God. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say.
What the hell's wrong with his... Yeah, it's just hard, isn't it?
I'm trying. Maybe I was doing mental backflips to make it work, but here we are, Nosh. Here we are.
Yeah, no, it's just... Yeah, it's a different bloke, eh? Neckhead. There it goes.
Oh, look at that bloody rip of that fucking THC drink.
Bloody floating after that one, bud.
Tell you what. Fucking tell you what. All right, what else we got, little Nosh? So, Pete Davidson. I want to bring this up because it's kind of funny. I don't want to talk about this type of shit all the time. I know we talked about it a bunch, only because it had to do with Kim mostly. And that's Kim is a yay thing, which is why we talk about it.
But nice
so
raps.
He was trending again because I think after Kim, he went off to some sort of rehab type of situation. And now he's dating Emily Ratajkowski, who if you see her. She got famous from the Blurred Lines video, which was the one with Robin Thicke that got... he got in trouble for being a perv because they were like naked. Yeah. So she's like a known model and stuff now. So like she's doing her thing. So now he's dating her, and everyone's he's like on an unprecedented run because he had who did he date? He was dating Kim, her, and there was someone else before Kim that he dated that was like notably fine and famous and stuff.
This is Pete Davidson you talk about?
Yeah, he's just like
he's a dildo.
Yeah, but he's just smashing. He's just racking up all of the fucking like the hottest chicks in Hollywood, I guess. So
I mean,
good for
good
you,
on him,
Peter.
but like, yeah, bit of a dildo still.
So
Yeah.
that was that. We won't dwell on that level of gossip. I do love a bit of tea, but that's enough of that.
Yep.
Drake apparently said, and I saw this was a Instagram, no, it was a tweet from Fantano. And Drake said that the last 3 albums were an anthology, like a trilogy. So, Certified Lover Boy, Honestly Nevermind, and Her Loss were a trilogy of projects.
If you make it into a playlist and play them all in order, like, is something going to happen?
Maybe. He didn't say that's. He didn't say any. He didn't elaborate. He just said that. I guess that probably would. If you think about it, if you're trying to say Loverboy, this is him. Loverboy is the one he's out there fucking all the bitches. Then maybe Honestly Nevermind was like the drama, and then Her Loss was like, yeah, you're gone now. Fuck you. Like it's,
Huh.
you know, that's why it's like cocky a rap. So it went from like maybe like the smoother songs on CLB to like the dance songs where it's sort of like still, you know, going through the dramas with her or whatever the fuck, and then back to kind of more smart ass misogynistic hip hop with Her Loss, where they were just talking shit and being super cocky and type of thing, you know. I can see it, or maybe he just said it. I don't know.
Hey man, fuck, cunts will you know, do with it what they will, and it's gonna probably come out to some crazy YouTube video we'll watch in a few months' time where someone's like deep dove into that whole shit. Deep dove?
Deep dove.
What do you do there?
Dived. He dived in. No, dived is a word. Dude,
yeah.
I would say deep dove would be it. I don't know if you would say it like that, but that is grammatically. Yeah, I like it. You know.
Well, I just like sometimes I'm like, whoop.
You're a grammar genius, and you didn't even know it.
I don't know about that, bro.
Look, take the fucking props, you cunt.
I'm gonna fucking take the props because I'm a grammar genius. You can't.
There you go. That's my boy. That a boy. Alrighty.
There he is.
Now this is your time to shine. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Most likely, yep.
Okay, this is Notion Sports
Corner. Yeah, I am.
Notion Sports Corner, cunt. You're gonna tell everybody about the World Cup.
Yeah, mate.
Canada and Australia particularly. Tell us all about the sports.
Okay, so soccer, right? There's a ball and it's round. Okay, and there's cunts.
Stop. Go back to the ball. It's round.
Okay, there's a ball, right?
A ball,
and it's a circle, and then cunts kick the circle on the ground.
Gotcha.
In between some sticks. Yeah. Anyway, so Canada, fuck, I don't know. Honestly, they fucking got slapped. Unfortunately, they did a good job.
But the first game was good because they only just lost. They played Belgium and they lost 1-0. But like Belgium sort of molested them, but they fucking played really well. Facts or not?
I said slapped, and you just like took it to the.
Well, you know, I want to have a more dramatic word.
Yeah,
you know the vibes.
Goodness.
So it was cool. I actually watched that one because Dan had the little links to it. Nice. So I watched that, and then the second game you're talking about, they played Croatia.
Yeah, that was today, this morning.
I think it was. I was talking with Devo, and he asked me to come watch it with him because he lives here. But I was not able to, and I was not out of bed at 11 a.m. But they lost. Like they got pretty thumped. That's what you were referring to, like 4-1 or something.
Yeah, that's right. So 27th is today. Australia. So wait.
So I was talking about Canada first. So now we can.
Yeah, Croatia was absolutely thumped us. Thumped Canada.
That's us.
But then
we can claim it.
I guess that's us. Okay, cool. We're doing it.
We've been here a long time.
4-1, unfortunately. 4-1.
And this was for third place they were playing for.
Right. How do you know more about sports than me, dude?
I remember it from other times. Plus, I'm a fucking sports fanatic. All I do.
Fucking sports fanatic. Australia beat Tunisia, which was pretty sweet. 1-0. And who is...
They were in the second game. Or in the first game.
That's their second game, I think.
Oh, so that would be because they lost the first game, right?
They lost the first one to France.
Okay, so then I think that means they just got third in the division because I think the divisions have 4. No, they're not called divisions; they're called groups, and it means they came third out of 4. So basically, they play 2 teams play, and then I guess it's sort of like whoever wins the most games go to the top, and then I don't know what happens. I think the top 2 move on to the next group.
Oh, I see. So we didn't. Okay.
Yeah, look. I know nothing. So I might be wrong, but that is my limited understanding of how this works.
Fucking sweet as, man. That makes sense to me, eh?
Where's the British sports fan when you need him?
Starting to get into it seriously. Yeah, tomorrow's games are starting to get some pretty good fucking lineups. So the next few days will be pretty sweet. Honestly, until like the next 2 weeks at least.
Okay, so it's going to be a bit. So our old landlord in Toronto, when we first moved here, we lived in a place I lived there for 2 years. You probably lived there longer. And
December 18th will be the semi-final. So around just before Chrissy, mate.
Wow, they got right out. So our old landlord, his brother is Atiba Hutchinson, who is one of the big players for Canada, for Team Canada, and he also plays in, I want to say, the Netherlands, if he's told me before.
The EuroLeague? Nice.
Yeah, he's like doing really well. So he's there. I saw, I was speaking to him on Instagram. I've been talking to him a bunch because he was going to help me some stuff with houses and shit. He's come to Montreal a couple of times. We've just kept in touch. He's a G. He really held us down, man. Gave us a place to live when we first moved to Canada. So I always got love for him. And
Same.
His wife is a good friend of both of ours. Worked with her a bunch on music as well. So it's cool to see. But yeah, I didn't know he was actually there. And I saw he posted his mum was there too. It's pretty exciting. So, I mean, like...
It's amazing, man.
And Tiba's 39. Like, he's not young. And he's fucking zipping up and down the field. The cunt is a beast. So it's very cool to see, man. It's good to see the homies. And, like, that made me want to watch because then, we're, like, one step removed from it. And it made us feel like a bit more invested as wanting to win because, it's fucking cool.
Fucking sweet as.
Yeah, man. That's kind of all we got for this week.
Shout.
How you feel about that?
I feel that's pretty fucking good, mate. Back teeth are pretty much floating. So this is actually right. Nice timing.
To wrap it up, I just want to give a shout out to my lactose t-shirt. My friend Nate, shouts to Nate at Nathan Does Beer, gave me this. It's more for the beer stuff. It's like the Lacoste logo, but it's a cow and lactose as a joke on we have a Twitter account called Team Lactose. So we're just making fun because for a while there in beer, people they got really mad when breweries use lactose sugar, which is a pretty common...
and they still do.
And they still do. They don't get really mad anymore, though. But to me, people are pretty ridiculous. So, look at that. Dan texting Jerks now. Oh.
Tell him to bugger off. Fuck Dan. Silly cunt.
So,
love you, mate.
Yeah, so good. Let's take a screenshot. Ah, shit, you fucking pricks. Here we go. All right.
Well, do some flameage because I don't have...
That's all right, right? Oh, yeah. Where can every cunt in the world find you online? You big.
Every single cunt in the world can find me at Notion Baby on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and TikTok at Notion MTB for mountain biking fun stuff, at Ill Note Studios on Instagram and Facebook, illnotestudios.com, notionbeats.com. Get a dog inside of you. See Feezy?
Mate, you can get me at CWFOR on Twitter and Instagram and at CWTMF on Facebook and TikTok. No, that's it. Guys, thank you for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the episode, smash the flip and thumbs up. Hit subscribe below.
Give us a thumb.
Give us a thumb. Hit the notification bell.
Ding.
So you know when the new drops. Follow us everywhere at The Movement Fam. We drop every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll keep in touch. Make sure to check out notionbeats.com. Check out Relentless Deluxe. Buy Toxic City December 16th. Squad is out here. We'll see y'all in the next episode, you fucking legends. Get a dog up here.
Next one. Get 2 dogs up here. Have a nice one. Be safe. Oh, big good.
3 dogs. 3 big dog cons.
Just big good cons.
Happy Thanksgiving to our American cons.
Happy Thanksgiving to you Yanks, man.
Yeah, you cons. Fucking Yanks.
You cons.
Love them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peace. You cons.
Peace and love.